Hey guys, and welcome to Faithworks Designs. I am Faye, and today we're making a diaper bag. Now, I have searched all over the internet to try and find like the perfect diaper bag for this person that I'm making a diaper bag for, and I just couldn't find what I wanted because I wanted to be able to put a wet wipe pouch on the outside so that she can get to her wet wipes a little bit easier. Now, I have made the Zenaida like a million times. I have made this bag quite a few times, so I know the pattern by heart and I know that it can be manipulated. In today's video, I will not be showing you how to put the entire bag together. The instructions are in the pattern. I did everything the same except for the two things that we're going to be adding. So today we're going to be adding the cup holders on the side. The Zenaida has like a little side pouch, but it's not very large. Today we just kind of widened it out, and I did add elastic. I used waterproof canvas, and it didn't quite shrink as much as I wanted it to. It's still a good size. It doesn't look as ruched as most like side patterns with elastic in it look, and I think it's because of the waterproof canvas. I'm happy with it. It looks fine. So we've got one on each side, and then if you'll notice on the tops and the bottom, I made my own textile with vinyl. I won't be showing that in the video today, but if you'd like me to do a video on that, let me know down in the comment section down below, and I will stop and make a video for you guys. The last thing on the bag that we're going to do is we're going to add the little pocket for our wet wipe pouch. So essentially, you can just open this up, grab your wet wipes out, and keep rolling. You don't have to stop and look in your diaper bag for your wet wipe pouch. It's just right there on the outside. And on the inside, so that I wanted you to be able to still get to all the stuff in your bag and not have to like move the wet wipe pouch around and have it fall out, and it would just be a pain in the booty. So on the inside of the bag, where the wet wipe pouch is, there is a zipper pouch right there. So when you unzip it, your wet wipes go right in there, and then they stay separate from the main part of the bag. You still have all of that bag to be able to put all of your diapers and everything else you want to carry in it. And I just thought it would be a really neat way to have your wipes easy access, plus have plenty of space for your thing. So one thing I would say, as far as the pattern goes, I would probably, if I could do it all over again, I would probably make this about an inch wider. All you would need to do to be able to do that is just widen your gusset on the top and the bottom. If you follow the pattern, the measurements are in there. Just add an extra inch, but a half an inch between each side, and you'll gain your inch. But for this one, I just wanted to stay straight with the pattern. That way I knew what I was doing, because I was already spending so much extra time doing all of this and then adding these and then the wipe. If I could do it again, I would just add a half an inch to each side of my gusset, and then on the bottom of the gusset add an inch. So let's get started. So now we're talking about the side part. So I did everything just the way you're supposed to do it in the pattern, only theirs kind of comes down into a V shape. I made it 7 high by 11 wide. And so you basically just turn it up under like you're supposed to on the other pattern. And then I went over about 3/4 of an inch, and I made another line stitch so that I have a tunnel to put my elastic through. The next thing I'm going to do is you're going to get your gusset, and you're going to go down about a half an inch or so. I know the pattern is a little different, but for this, I'm going to go down about a half an inch and start clipping on one side. And then we're going to clip on the other side. Make sure that we're starting a half inch down and clip. Now, if you're using a domestic, I would not recommend waterproof canvas for this. My machine handled it, but yeah. Alright, so you're going to want to make them meet in the middle, just kind of eyeballing it, meeting in the middle, and then bringing this all down and smush it. and you can measure it and make sure that you kind of got them even on both of these little pleats. But you should be able to just smush it down, and then I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine, and I'm just going to sew around the bottom, and then I'm going to sew around each side. Alright, so I cut myself an 8-inch piece of elastic, and I got my little safety pin, and I put the elastic through the tunnel up at the top that we created. And then what I did was I pulled it all the way through, and then I went ahead and I base stitched one end in. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to measure out 3 inches. You should have 3 inches of elastic left over. So we're going to measure that real quick. Ugh. Okay, so it's about right there. Now you're going to sew and base this elastic here and then cut the extra elastic off, and then you will have to go back and kind of adjust and spread the fabric out between the elastic. I just like having the extra tail so that I don't have to worry about my elastic like shooting off into another direction and through it after I've already basted it. So just cut that tail off, and then your side piece for your bottles and sippy cups is all done. Go ahead and start working on your gusset and put it together just like you would a regular bag. Alright, excuse all of my mess. We're in the creative process. Okay, now we're going to go on to the wet wipe situation. So, I cut out a lining piece that is roughly about 1/4 inch all the way around larger. So I just kind of made sure I laid it out and then cut around it, kind of rough cut. The next thing that you're going to do is get the lid off of one of your wet wipe packages that you're going to use. And I've got it, and I traced it. So I traced it with the Huggies going to this direction. That way the words aren't like upside down. So you do whichever direction you want. Now, I really wanted it to go this way, but the straps are going to be in the way. So we're going to do it sideways, and that's fine. Our wet wipe pods is going to sit in the diaper bag like that, and that's fine. So take your lid and give it a good trace with right sides together. So you get your lining and your outside together. What you're going to do is you're going to sew just 1/8 inch on the inside of this line that you've drawn. So about 1/8 inch all the way around. Alright, so we sewed all the way around, and then I went ahead and clipped it about 1/8 inch from where the seams are. So you don't want a lot of bulk right here because you're going to turn it inside out, and all of this is going to be in your way. Now on the rounded corners you could clip in a little bit, but I'm afraid you'll get the seam allowances. So just go ahead and cut as close as you can, and it should be fine. Next thing you're going to do is take all your clips off. And then we're going to turn it inside out. Put that lining on the inside of the outside of your bag. There's a reason why I told you to add 1/4 inch all the way around. Is because you're going to need that extra bit. Now you're going to have to straighten this out and keep finger pressing it and messing with it. But the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to top stitch all the way around after you've gotten this all fiddled. You might have to do some snips, just like you would in the back of a zipper. You might not have gotten it close enough. So just kind of work your way around, and you're going to top stitch all of this. And then what I would do is I'm going to go back and make sure that my top stitching looks really good. So I'm going to do this with this sitting up. And then I'm going to flatten out the outside, and I'm going to do a basting stitch all the way around. Alright, the next step is making a little pocket or a zipper pocket for our wet wipe pouch to go into. So you're going to need two pieces that are 10 by 12. 12 is going to be your width in case you're using directional fabric. Then you're going to need two that are 4 by 12. Again, 12 is the width. And then you're going to need a 12-inch zipper. I got to put my zipper on there. Anyway, make sure that one of them is going to be seen on the inside of your bag. So it needs to be the same color theme as your lining fabric that you've got on the opposite side of your zippers and all of that. The other fabric is going to be the lining for the lining. So that can be any color or print that you want. If you want to make it all one color, go for it. That's what I'm doing. So just heads up. Alright, forgive the audio, but something happened and the whole world got hot real quick. Alright, so I've got my zipper on my zipper tape. I have burnt both ends. I have the two pieces that are 10 by 12. We're going to take the zipper tape right side of the zipper tape to the right side of your, this is going to go on the outside, so it's going to be, let's see, it's not the lining for your lining, but it's going to be the piece that you're going to see on the inside of your bag. Okay, so right side to right side, and then I'm going to grab the other piece. This is the lining for the lining, and that's going to go right side to the wrong side of your zipper. We're going to sew that up and then top stitch. Alright, now that you've got that done, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab the pieces that are the 4 by 12, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So take one of them and put right side to the right side of your zipper, and then do the exact same thing that you did on the bottom. Alright, so take the piece that you just made, and then you can grab the back panel, or I just happen to have a scrap lining panel, and I put it on there like so, and then traced around it so that I could get the shape and then cut it out. Alright, so now you've got it all cut out. Next thing that you're going to do is you're going to flip this upside down, grab your back, and then you're going to clip those together and base stitch all the way around, and then go ahead and finish your bag like you normally would do. I just wanted to show you what it looked like all basted. I went ahead and put the package in there. And so that's what it's going to look like on the inside. You're going to have a little zipper to put your wet wipes in. So you won't even see that, or the wet wipe container won't be in the way when you're trying to put other things in your bag. It'll just be in its own little separate container. Okay guys, so what did you think? If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate you guys taking the time to just hit a like for me. It really does help the channel out and to be suggested for future videos for other people. If you want to subscribe and hang around and see all of the crazy bags that we're making, just go ahead and make sure that you hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, something wasn't quite clear, leave those down in the comment section. I check those daily, and I will do my best to help you understand what I did. I know it was kind of quick because I was kind of doing it while I was figuring it out. Yesterday I was just like, I'm going to figure this out because I want the extra side pockets and I want this. So I was kind of recording while I was doing it, so not everything was completely worked out ahead of time. I was like, I'm sitting here making this bag. Why am I not recording myself doing this? I figured a lot of other people would like, I like the style of this bag a lot, and so I figured add-ons are the best. That way you can take a pattern that you already have and then just add on all the extra stuff that you would like instead of having to go off and buy a new pattern. So anyway, if you guys like this fabric, it's adorable. It is from Kimmy B Custom Fabrics, and one of the ladies there had a baby, so we are sending this to her because I thought it would be cute for her to kind of represent the fabric that they sell and be able to carry something cute for her little baby. So hopefully they liked it. They do also have, let me show you, they have hardware that matches. Hopefully you can see it, but the two little kitty They just started carrying their hardware for their zipper pulls, and they do a lot that match with the fabric that they have coming out, and it's so incredibly cute. So this is one of the strike fabrics that were coming out that I got to work on, and I just thought it was adorable because I love Stitch, and the little characters are kind of dressing up as other characters. It's really cute. Anyway, thanks for joining us again on Faithworks Designs. Bye guys.